Over the last 20 years, I've had the opportunity to meet literally 500 plus millionaires and even some billionaires in my travels. These are top entrepreneurs, they're top investors, they're amazing individuals who have done big things. And I want to share with you 5 key lessons that I've learned from dealing with some of the world's most successful entrepreneurs. So let's get into the 5 lessons that I've learned from 500 millionaires. Lesson number 1, you get what you pitch for and you're always pitching. The top entrepreneurs and the millionaires, they believe that their words have power. They believe that the entrepreneurial journey is the journey of 1,000 pitches. That essentially, as you pitch things, you make them happen. So when you talk to a lot of self-made millionaires and self-made entrepreneurs, they started out with nothing financially, but they did start with a passion and they started with their pitch. They started with the ability to enroll others into a powerful conversation about how the world could be different through a business or through a product or by joining a team. If we think about that power of pitching, it's the pitch that gets people to join your team, that gets them to buy a product that doesn't even exist yet. It's the pitch that gets investors to put a bit of money in there. Every resource that you want is on the other side of a powerful pitch. Now, this is a double-edged sword because you can pitch for what you want, but you can also pitch for bad things to happen as well. There are plenty of people who say, oh, the economy's bad, the economy's terrible, there's no opportunities anymore. And that is also a pitch. You're pitching into reality the fact that things are bad, things are tough. You can always hear people saying, oh, it's so hard to find good employees. It's so hard to find decent people to join the team. That's also a negative pitch that tends to repel great people from wanting to work with you. And it attracts the wrong sorts of people. So you're pitching that into existence as well. So the key idea here is rule number 1 is you get what you pitch for and you're always pitching. You can't switch it off. Everything that comes out of your mouth is effectively a part of your pitch, and you want to be really deliberate, really intentional about what you're pitching into existence. Observation number 2 is prolific beats perfect. A lot of the time when we look at millionaires and billionaires, we see the tip of the iceberg. We see the best bits of their content that makes it into the limelight, but we don't see all of the hundreds of things that made it into the trash can. The Beatles wrote over 360 songs in just 6 years. They wrote lots of hits, but they wrote even way more songs that didn't make it to the top of the charts. Go and have a look at some of your favorite business gurus, and you'd be surprised that many of them have written half a dozen or even a dozen books. If you go and have a look on Amazon, you'll see that they've actually written a lot more books than you think. Go and have a look at someone like Alex Hormozi, who puts out a lot of videos that get millions of views, but he's actually done 4,000 videos, and many of them only got a few thousand views. So prolific beats perfect. The thing about great entrepreneurs, millionaires and billionaires, is they put out a lot of stuff and a little bit of that stuff rises to the top, but they understand that prolific beats perfect. Observation number 3, income follows assets. Millionaires and billionaires understand that it is assets that produces income, not time and effort, and their job is to produce assets. Their job is to produce a software system. Their job is to produce a great book. Their job is to produce great songs. Their job is to produce intellectual property or to buy physical property or to buy physical assets, but they're really focused on the idea that income follows assets, not effort. So what they're trying to do at all stages is formalize what they know and what they experience into an asset. So it's not enough just to kind of like have a lesson, they'll turn that into some intellectual property somehow. Many of the struggling entrepreneurs that I come across, they're focused on putting in a lot of effort, but they're not turning that effort into an asset. They're not focused on producing assets that last the test of time. And one of the best ways to turn that around is to really focus on that key idea that income follows assets, and your job as an entrepreneur is not to put in effort, it's to turn your effort into those assets. Now, what is an asset? An asset is anything that would still add value if you weren't in the room. It could be a video, it could be a document, it could be a physical property, it could be intellectual property, it could be a website, could be some good content. All of that would add value regardless of whether you're in the room or not once it's created. So all of that fits under the umbrella of being an asset. So income follows assets. Observation number 4 is your reputation is an asset and you've got to guard it. You want to become famous through the success of your clients. You want to become famous through the successful outcomes you've achieved. You want to make sure that you're building a reputation and that you're building a personal brand and that you're treating your personal brand and your reputation as a very, very valuable asset. But it's also a fragile asset. Warren Buffett said it can take 30 years to build a reputation and 30 minutes to unravel it. So it's a fragile asset. So you've got to protect it. You've got to care for it. You've got to treat it as though it's one of the most valuable things that you've got, but also make sure that you don't do anything that could unravel it. And observation number 5 is my favorite one, and that is to treat everybody like a potential partner. I have noticed that the millionaires and billionaires that I've worked with and that I've come across over the last 20 years are people who, when they meet you, they're looking for the opportunity to partner. They're not looking for the opportunity to sell you something, they're looking for the opportunity to partner with you. They are really interested in win-win scenarios. They're looking for opportunities where 1 + 1 = 11. In many cases, they want to find someone who's got a brand and a product, and they want to put the brand and the product together and create something of even more value. They want to find distribution for a great product. They want to find someone who could join the team or be an investor. They're looking for win-win partnerships everywhere they go, and their mind almost always goes straight to, how could we partner around this? Whereas smaller businesses tend to look at, how can I make a sale today? These entrepreneurs who are millionaires and billionaires look at, how could we partner for the long term? So there we have it. Those are 5 lessons that I've learned from all the people I've come across who are really succeeding at the highest level. I hope you enjoyed that. Which one was your favorite? Which one stood out for you? Put it into the comments below. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope your business is doing well and that you're really succeeding. All the best.